This is Iron Sharpens Iron Council. Welcome to the evolution. Hey family, it's Ann with a quick update on the Mission Possible workshop and the book and the movement and a little bit about why, what brought me here from 7 years ago to today. So 7 years ago, almost to the day, because it was around the holiday season, my daughter had a very traumatic event due to legally prescribed drugs. I almost said medication, but how can I? I cannot call it medication because medication is supposed to heal, it's supposed to help, and this stuff that was given to her did not. And so I have been, just on my own, basically. Initially, there was a lot of, oh my God, there was a lot of support. What can we do to help? But then after a year, family, people just go on with their lives, they don't continue the fight with you. You're just behind the scenes by yourself. And that's what it's been for me, even including my own daughter, because she is just she's just spent, after fighting and it feels like an uphill battle. She's done, she's just gave in. That's her. I haven't, and I never have, and I never will, because there is something about the desire for the truth to come out. There's something about the desire for justice, and that's just an itch that just can't be scratched by any other means. You want the truth, you want it exposed, you want it brought to the light, and you want justice, and there's just nothing other than that that's going to satisfy it. Nothing else will satisfy that craving and that desire. So I have been, just on this mission and for a long time. And let me just reiterate that I am not an expert or professional. I'm not a lawyer, attorney, a paralegal. I am not in the legal expertise field at all. Okay, I am a mother and I am on a mission. Okay, and that's where it all began. That just to kind of start opening up about myself a little bit more personally. So it just started as me wanting answers, because a lot of the things just wasn't adding up. And at the end of the day, when I actually did start keeping tally of all the things that was just bizarre or going wrong with my daughter's case, it ended up being over 100 violations. But I didn't know what to do about it. I didn't know, how do you fight such miscarriage of justice? How do you fight when the opponent is so big? It's almost like a giant and grasshoppers, and it definitely felt overwhelming, and it definitely felt isolating. And it's not an easy journey, but I'm glad that it happened to me, because I'm one of those people that, I'm just not going to let go like a dog with a bone. I am not going to let go. And the reason why I'm built that way, or I believe the reason why I'm built that way, is because the truth matters. The truth is important, and the truth has been buried for so long. And I found that when I started researching all of the other cases of people being railroaded, because that's exactly what happened with my daughter. She was railroaded and we didn't know what to do. And the reason why she and others are railroaded is because you're caught in the light, like deer in the headlights. Here you have a traumatic event happening to you and your family or your loved one, someone that you care about, and you don't know what to do. You don't have the mindset to figure and navigate these things in the middle of the event. And then you have the experts who you pay and you rely on and you put your faith and your trust in the legal system. I do air quotes because there's nothing legal about that system. It's 100% corrupted, 100%. It is pay for play, and it is all in who you know and things like that. And that's not the way it was supposed to be. It's not supposed to be convoluted, complicated. It's not supposed to be just for the special few. It's supposed to be justice for all. But these people, the players in the legal arena, it's all about the conviction. They don't care anything about the truth. The truth is 100% irrelevant to them. They just want a conviction. They just want conviction, or in my daughter's case, a commitment, which is, I don't want to compare pain because pain is pain, but prison and state commitment is one and the same. When I tell y'all this book that I've been working on it for 7 years, and reluctantly, because it's very painful to relive the things that me and my family have gone through, particularly my daughter, caught in the net of two different very corrupt systems. She's caught in the legal system, which is corrupt, and she's also caught up in the mental health system, which is damn sure corrupt. I'll unpack all of that for you guys so you guys can see. And then there's some intertwining of the CPS system, which everybody, at least I learned that it's corrupt. It's just been shock after shock after shock for me, because I don't come from a family that knows too much about the legal system. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I just don't have a lot of run-ins with the law myself. I just don't. And so when this started to happen, deer in the headlights, you're shocked, don't know, you're scrambling, don't know what to do. Your mind just wants to just shut down. I can't tell you how many nights I was balled up crying in a fetal position over my child being accused of heinous crimes and being painted and vilified to be a monster. Come to find out here, fast forward 7 years later, I see now that is a play in their playbook. It's literally written in stone for them. Okay, this is what you're going to do. You're going to vilify them in the court of public opinion. Boom, we're going to get the conviction, or in her case, the legal commitment. Okay, in a state hospital. So it's part of their playbook. But guess what? I also found out, just as much as we are the people who are victimized, the people who are members of the family of the people being victimized, the families who are being, decimated and destroyed by the lies that they tell. And they use the media. I used to think the media was in on it. I'm not so sure, because the way that I started to reevaluate all of the things, they planted these seeds in the media. The media doesn't know any better. They just want a story. They just want a story. So the story's salacious. Yeah, we're going to run with it. And so when they're given these, titillizing headlines, they gravitate to it. The media, they be in the media. So that's what happened. So what I realized is an old adage: they could dish it, but they can't take it. What's done in the dark can't survive the light. So here I am thinking, oh my God, I gotta get this one. I gotta contact this one. They're not listening to me until I start exposing them to the light. Okay, liars can't stand the truth. So I am standing on the truth, and I thought that was enough in court. It's not, because they'll just, you're too small. They'll, squash you like a bug. So what I realized is after all these years is that we have to have a network. We have to have a community. And then certain members of the communities, their stories need to be made public. And so we're building that network. And so we have the free side of the fence, which is the Facebook group. If you join the Facebook group, which I'll leave the link, if you join the Facebook group, we have a free study group. Okay, this is what brought me to where I am today. Very, very knowledgeable. I don't know everything. I'm not even going to pretend to know everything, because as I've been telling people over and over, especially if you watch the Legally Speaking playlist for that series, you'll hear me time and time again repeat, you have to know the law of your case. You don't have to know the entire encyclopedia of laws, just the law of your case. And that's what I did. Zero in, really super focus on the law of your case, and you will prevail. But the missing link, the missing piece, and this is what they count on, they being the opponent, the adversaries, the liars. This is what they count on. They count on you being isolated, you being by yourself, you being small, oh, they're just going to go away and let us get away with it. That's what they count on. Wrong. You met the right one or the wrong one, depending on how they want to look at it. Guys, this isn't even about revenge. Okay, this is about justice. This is about exposing the truth to the light of day, exposing the lies to the light of day. But it has never been done in this manner before, especially by silly juries, or what they would call pro se, lay people who aren't learned in the law, right? And again, I use air quotes because the law is supposed to be common to the common man. It's supposed to be understandable. It's not supposed to be so butchered and hard to understand that you have to hire a professional. It's not supposed to be that way. That's why it's called common law, for the common man of the day to understand. But it's been confiscated by the legal, professionals, right? So, I remember testifying in my daughter's case. Okay, just to give you an example of the foolishness that goes on in the courtrooms today. Both sides, the opposition, which was by the prosecutor Wendy Alexander, and on my daughter's side, which was the public defender, because no private attorney would take the case. That's how bad they had vilified her. Okay, trust me, I called at least 50 initially, and then I think like a total of 100 over the over the journey. So basically she was stuck. I say she, but it feels like it, whatever happens to her, I feel it. So sometimes you'll hear me say her, sometimes you'll hear me say we, because it feels like it's me. That my daughter's my heart walking around, outside of my chest. So all mothers can probably relate to that, and fathers too, by the way. So, but anyway, the public defender and the prosecutor were just asking all kinds of like two-sided questions that were opposing to each other, like were you or were you not? They asked these kinds of questions. Were you or were you not? And just I can't really get really specific right now, because then this video will be like forever long, and I don't want that. But I'm sure you're familiar with it from either TV shows or personal experience if you've been on the witness stand. They'll ask questions that if you answer part A in the affirmative, but you answer part B oppositionally, it cancels. It's guys, excuse my French, but it's a mind fuck that they want to do on you. And they do this intentionally because they know that you're nervous. They know that this is an unfamiliar territory for you. At least for me, it was just nerve-wracking. And here it is, my daughter's life and freedom is on the line, and you're asking me all these, and no preparation, by the way, from the public defender side. None. Zero. When I tell you zero, none. Not to one conversation like, hey, go ahead and do this and say this, and make sure that you are assertive. Nothing. I'm learning all of these things on my own. I will help you prepare as best as I can as a friend to the court. Okay, I'm not a professional, and I'm not for hire. A lot of people like, well, can I hire you? No, I have too much on my plate. So the way that I'm making myself available is, again, two sides of the coin here. There's the free side, which is you can join my Facebook group and network with like-minded people. Okay, I'm in there, not as much in this season, but I'm always in there, only because right now I'm writing. I'm in the throes, deep throes of writing. If you go to my Instagram page, now I started one for an Instagram page for Iron Sharpens Iron Council, but then I also started one for me personally. So it's all intertwined. If you see Iron Sharpens Iron Council, you'll see me and Smith, right? And that's my professional name, right? Yeah, so just go to the Instagram basically, and you'll see that I'm working on a book and a hopefully soon and shortly thereafter a docu-series. And the docu-series is very, very similar, or I envision it to be similar to the two stories that are on the streaming, the very popular, I hate to even say their name because I'm kind of upset with them right now, but Netflix. So Meek Mill is a rapper, right? He is a recording artist in the rap genre. And whether you like rap or not, that's irrelevant. That's not the piece here. The piece that I'm trying to make clear is that he was someone as a teenager who was railroaded. And it's a very fascinating tale. You should watch it. I cannot remember the title. If I remember, I'll put the title of the series in the video description box. But yes, the story behind the story is riveting because it lays it out so succinctly and so perfectly that you can see the railroading happening as it is happening. Okay, so invest the time, because if you see his story, you essentially see my daughter's story. The details might be different, the names might be different, but the railroading of the truth and not seeking the truth and just seeking a conviction regardless of the truth, regardless if this young man was 100% innocent, just like my daughter is 100% innocent, with documentation that they are innocent, both him and my daughter, right? I have all of that. They don't care about that. They get away with it and have gotten away with it for so long because it's done in the dark. No one is watching. And they know that no one is watching. They know that the victimized families, they don't know what to do until Iron Sharpens Iron Council. That's the whole purpose of me doing this. Back then when I first started the group, I really didn't know where it was going. I knew that I needed to be around like-minded people. I knew that we needed something like this. But so we had the community, right? Just like they're fully networked and they support each other and they hide and they do backdoor deals. We'll have our network, okay, protecting us from those backdoor deals, and we're going to be exposing those backdoor deals. So we're going to be shining a light on those backdoor deals so that those backdoor deals no longer exist. They will cease to exist the minute, at least I'm hoping, the minute they hear that Iron Sharpens Iron Council is on the case or involved in some way, shape, or form. Okay, so if you want, again, I'm not a legal professional. I'm a mother on a mission, right? I'm just trying to level the playing field so that we have a chance of surviving this system. Okay, it's extremely corrupt, but where there's a will, there is a way. And the way is to be a part of a very large, powerful community, and also to expose them. Okay, we haven't had that. We haven't had anything like that. They've just been running amok freely and doing this to people, and it's going to continue to happen year after year after year. Okay, so in order to support this mission, I added, first of all, I created the Mission Possible workshop. Okay, the Mission Possible workshop is about generational wealth, and it's about creating, wealthy. What is the word I'm trying to? You're going to be financially set pretty much for life, and it's not instant. If you're looking for instant wealth and overnight wealth, this ain't for you. Okay, this is not that kind of a thing. It is blueprints that's going to be available to you inside of the workshop that's going to enable you to build your empire and pass it on down for 100 generations. And let me tell you why I had to focus on the wealth piece. Again, the people who are the most vulnerable are not financially solvent. They are struggling financially, just as I was. That's how they get you. You run out of resources to continue to fight, and you don't know which way is up. You don't know what else to do, how else to turn. I spent north of 40,000, okay, and still lost. Okay, so they count on you running out of resources. Here they have unlimited resources because they're backed by the government, usually, right? The state prosecutor. So they're backed by the government. How is that even fair? You can't compete. And then the other thing is, because of their deep pockets, they can bury the truth with the media. The court of public opinion doesn't know the truth, so they're just, hunkering down on it, thinking it's the truth. So now when we put together our network and we work together and build a powerful community of wealthy, heart-centered millionaires, now we can do the creative work. Now we can do the work that needs to be done so that we can free our own family members, as in my case, and as in the case of many members, and to also be very empowered to empower other people, right? So a part of Mission Possible is, again, to build up your wealthy place, number one, and number two, to have a powerful community backing you so that they can't get their grips on you. So I recently added the latest and greatest iteration, because this is always the workshop is always evolving. Okay, it is dynamic. It is not static by any means of the imagination. It is always changing and always improving because it's alive. It's about the people who are in it. We are alive. It's alive. So we always are changing what's available inside the workshop. So you have the free side, and then you have the premium side, which is the premium side is Mission Possible Workshop. You have all of the blueprints that in and of themselves, when I did an independent, had 3 independent reviewers, business reviewers, they said that the workshop is worth over $250,000 just based on the content alone. And this was back before I even started adding all these other extra things, because it's just evolving. Well, the latest iteration is legal advocacy, right? But with the with the legal advocacy piece comes the crisis management. Okay, so the crisis management and the legal advocacy together is so potent that I got it from the best. I got it from them. That's what they do. They are adversaries for each other, and they network, and they create this vilification plan. They literally have a vilification plan on how to destroy you or destroy your loved one. Whoever's in the defendant seat as the defendant, that's who they're working to make sure. And they work these backdoor, both sides of the fence. They work the. You think you hired your lawyer? Your lawyer wants to get along, so he or she goes along to get along with the people that he work with, the judges, the prosecutors, the this, the that. They cannot fight for you as much as they claim to have that desire. That's not true. I'll unpack all that too. You'll hear all kinds of claims. Oh, I've never heard that before. Whenever there's something jolting or shocking that you ask them, like, why is that happening? Oh, I remember asking my lawyer, why is that happening? Why did you not object to that? Oh, I don't know. I've never heard that before. Lies. They've heard that before. It's just that they can't rock the boat too much because this is their co-workers. Yeah, they're two attorneys on the case, but that's their co-worker, right? And so they're not gonna rock the boat, not for you, not for whatever amount that you're paying them. Okay, it's just it's eye-opening. It is shocking how I had to learn the legal system is so corrupt. I knew it was corrupt, but I didn't know it was so rampant and so rotten to the core. And so now we'll have this powerful network, and I'm so proud. I'm so happy. I'm so glad that I didn't quit. And trust me, there have been times when I wanted to quit. I mean, it would have been easier to quit and just leave it alone. But I can't. It's just not in my nature. So I love finding stories of people who were railroaded and they never quit. You'll hear the story of Hassan Bennett, who I saw the headline news. Man frees himself after 13 years and 4 lawyers couldn't do it. We'll talk about that. How he was able to. I reached out to him. We've talked, privately, and I'm just in awe of people who are like that, who have that spirit, that indelible spirit to not quit and to just keep going. I love that. And again, it is something that I wish that I could have seen from my daughter. But I also understand when some people have had enough, when just some people, they just so you just have to fight that fight for them, as in my case, right? Sometimes you have to fight for them despite them, to save them from themselves. And so that's exactly what's happening. And I'm just gonna keep on persevering. And I'm just so happy that we have this network. So I'll put all the links to the video that I mentioned in the video description link. If you go to the Instagram, my personal Instagram, you'll see the link to join the newsletter, where I have all the updates and all the reports and everything about the book. Guys, I was so traumatized from this situation and this journey that I completely forgot that I had a book deal from a very, very prestigious book publisher, the traditional book publisher. And let me close this door. And so, I'm gonna reach back out to them to see if I can, get a new book deal based on this new book that I'm working on and this new docuseries. So you'll also see. Oh my God, my cat just jumped on my lap. You'll also see. No, you won't see, but I'll talk about it in different videos where I'm definitely in awe of one of the new shows on ABC that is called For Life. It's produced by 50 Cent. Is it 50 Cents? Is it plural? listen, I'm just not in that rap world. But he's, famous artist again in the rap genre, and so he produced for Life, and I am hoping that he would be willing to produce my docuseries, which is the tentative name is Clear Her Name. Hashtag that, clear her name. Drop that in the comments, clear her name. I want that to go viral because I'm common, and the truth shall set me free and set her free. And so it's going to start with the book. It's going to eventually spin into the docuseries. I don't know if it's going to be like four segments of it, like the other one on Netflix called When They See Us, about the 5 young men, teenagers at the time actually, who were accused of sexual assault, rape of a woman, and none of them did it. They were all exonerated 20 years later, but at the time the prosecutor would not let it go, despite her own doubts that they weren't the one. She just needed the convictions. Who cares if she ruined their life? She needed their conviction. Well, 20 years later, when the docuseries, the 4-part docuseries comes out, it's called When They See Us. It's on Netflix, by filmmaker Ava DuVernay. Guess what happens? Okay, the prosecutor who prosecuted this case, the lead prosecutor and the assistant, their worlds are turned upside down. And instead of apologizing, instead of realizing the error of their ways, and about ruining these 5 people's lives, as well as their families and friends and everyone who loved them, because it's not only the one who's going through it, the family goes through it too. Okay, let's not sleep on that. But yeah, going back to the prosecutor, yeah, they were not remorseful at all. In fact, I think one of them actually, Linda Fairstein, she actually, I'm trying to prevent the cat from walking right in front of the camera. She actually sued the filmmaker Ava DuVernay for mischaracterization, I think. I don't know. Some of these words I can't say. Listen, my native tongue is Spanish, okay? So sometimes I can't pronounce something properly, and I don't even care anymore. That's what happens when you're 51. I'm about to be 52, y'all. But anyway, yeah, the gall, the nerve. But this is the kind of, godlike ego that they have. How dare you tell the truth about me? Really? Okay, so anyway, guys, I'm on a mission. Come join this mission. Who knows if the Clear My Name movie and eventual docuseries can, become a movement. But I certainly hope that it does. And if it does have a beginning and an end, okay, when her name is actually cleared. It's not going to be one of these evergreen movements that is, then hijacked by, a highly politicized environment and society. We're not for sale. I'm not for sale. My soul's not for sale, and the movement's not for sale. I started it. I founded it. Clear Her Name. And it's going to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. It's going to end because her name shall be cleared. So no need to continue on. The continue on is going to be in the group, in the Iron Sharpens Iron Council group. This group belongs to all of us. I've always said that from the beginning. If you look at the history, you will see that. From now on, they have a powerful network. We're going to have a powerful network. So I hope I've covered all of the bases. I've been meaning to do a video like this for a long time. You guys already know me. I like it short and sweet, just very brief, less than 5 minutes. So here we are at 34 minutes, and I just can't get enough of this because the truth is important. The truth matters, And these people trample on the truth as if it's so, the thing for them to do, like it's the right thing to do. And they've been getting away with it because they have been isolating each of their opponents. They know that you don't have the financial wherewithal to fight all of this. They know that. They do this. It's very intentional. It's very, very intentional, and it's about time that we put a stop to it. And that's what this is all about. Again, I'll put the link for the group. The group study is free. You can come and ask questions, and you can just network and just study all the files in the groups. And it's Iron Sharpens Iron Council group on Facebook. And also, you'll get the information about the Mission Possible workshop that I started that now has legal advocacy with the crisis management piece. And all of that is for one price that's going to help build our community, into a strong community that can take on this Goliath. Okay, that can take on this giant. Okay, enough is enough, So, look for the Meek Mill story on. I wish I knew the title right now. I'll pop it in a minute, but or look for it in the video description box, and also watch. If you can't, I couldn't even watch it because I can't take violence, visually. It just rests too much on my soul. I can't do it, y'all. But I heard enough about it, ironically, from my daughter who watched it. And she said that, she was really, really moved by the fact that they had the strength to continue on, especially Corey Wise, who was the oldest of the five teenage boys. And so he was sent to, I think it was at Rikers Island, but he was sent to an adult prison. And so he endured a lot more physical violence from the other inmates. So, that's something that is also very near and dear to my heart. There's a piece to that we're going to be exposing in terms of the whole prison culture of, because they ran with the other prisoners. They ran with the narrative, right? The narrative that was cultivated and controlled by the prosecutor is that, oh, this young man heinously raped this woman, and this is why he's being prosecuted. Well, it ended up being not true, and so they had their own little prison justice. Well, they were wrong. Okay, so I believe, and I'm not the expert, I'm not the authority on any of this, it's just my opinion, but I believe that exposing that to naming names will also help to stop all of that prison violence and prison, the prison justice, okay? Because look at that, you made this young man suffer, by your own form of justice, and you were wrong. So I believe that if you start exposing names, name names, okay? Oh, you want to attack people? You want to assault people? Okay, well, your name is going out on the list, and your family, yeah, they're not gonna be very proud of you. This is a problem here, okay? The problem is the lies have been accepted, and it's being circulated to the point of it becoming the truth. This is a problem. This is a problem. This is a major thing that we have to attack. But the good news is we are on the right side of history. If you're fighting for truth, if you're fighting for justice, you're on the right side of history. Guess who's going to have the guilt and the shame on them? The people who are the liars, right? So, have nothing to fear. We're building this nation, and it's going to be powerful, and it's going to be beautiful, and we're going to really make change happen. That's the whole goal here. That's the dream. That is the purpose. That is the entire mission, is to bring truth to justice. How about that? Isn't how about that for an operation? Bring truth to justice, because right now justice is only for those in power or those who have money and those who are well connected. It's not supposed to be that way. And so, I'm not this constitutionalist or anything like that. I am just for the truth. Okay. I'm not about bringing anybody down. I'm about bringing the truth. Okay. Sunlight. Okay. What's more cleansing than light? So when you shine a light into those corners and the crevices of their minds, they're going to scatter like roaches. I promise you. And I can't wait to see the day. Again, it's not about revenge. It's about justice. Justice shall prevail if you continue, if you persevere, if you continue, fighting for it, if you, keep moving forward. And that's pretty much it. But now this time, when you're moving forward, you're no longer alone. So it is going to be a worthy investment for those who want to join the workshop with me. Okay, so we have a live event every Tuesday evening. It's at 9 p.m. I hesitate to say a time because we might change it, but as of right now, as of this video, as of this recording, it is 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, USA, right? So, but yeah, I am super, super proud. I'm, it hasn't been easy. Lost a lot of support from family and friends. Like, they just don't want to deal with it, like they just want to move on with their life. Just forget about it. Like, no, I'm not going to forget about it because this is too important. This is bigger than me, and this is even bigger than my daughter. It's not about our individual case. It's about justice. People are being railroaded, innocent people, and it's going to stop. So, Iron Sharpens Iron Council is a reflection of a community that is equal, a community that is going to be supportive of one another. And I've said that from the beginning, Oh, this is what I wanted to remember. The reason part and parcel. Part of the reason why they get away with it, I think I might have said it, is because number one, they count on you quitting. They count on you running out of resources. But they also count on very powerful human emotions, right? They prey on it, in fact. Guilt and shame are very, very, very powerful emotions. They count on it. In fact, they target those two very powerful emotions. But the good news is they too are vulnerable to those same human emotions. Nobody likes guilt, to feel guilty or feel shame, right, of doing something wrong, right? So when we expose them, guess who has the guilt and the shame now? Them. So a lot of people, they can dish it, but they can't take it, which is going back to the perfect example to bring up with the TV show that 50 Cent has created called For Life, which chronicles the story. It's highly fictionalized because the story of Isaac Wright Jr. It's based on his conviction. But if you read the story versus watching the show, which it's a very powerful show, don't get me wrong, I take notes. The real life story is that he became an attorney, a bar attorney. He passed the bar exam after he was released from prison, because it actually took 13 years. Because there's a lot of mechanism behind it, and he needed recommendations, and it was very hard for him to do that. But yes, so they didn't want to belabor the story over that. So some of it is fictionalized, such as, in the TV series For Life, he is already an attorney, like a licensed attorney behind bars. So they just kind of mixed up some of the actual events. But yeah, it's a really fascinating story. But what I wanted to show you about that is that the prosecutor, the real life prosecutor, in his case, when his story started to unravel and the truth started to become evident, that there was false evidence, there was just violation after violation, same thing like with my daughter. When the truth came to light that the prosecutor was corrupt, he killed himself. Like, where's the justice there? See, this is what I'm saying. They can dish it, but they can't take it. They inflict all of this pain upon other people's life, but when the truth starts to be unfolded, about them, and the light of day shines on them, they can't take it. So what does that tell you? He wouldn't have been the prosecutor in Isaac Wright Jr.'s case. He wouldn't have survived a day in prison, and he was damn sure making sure that he wasn't going there. See? So, I don't know. It just makes me wonder what's going to happen with Wendy Alexander, the prosecutor in my daughter's case. It's just a sin and a shame that they have this God complex, but then when the tables are turned, they can't take that same guilt and shame, two very powerful emotions. They can't take it. They themselves can't take it. Now, I don't want her to commit suicide. No, I'm not wishing any ill will. I just want justice to be served. And when the light of day is shined upon her actions that she's taken, I just wonder. My mind goes there. I'm wondering, because so many of the times, when judges are exposed, or the corruption period is any corrupt public figure is found to be corrupted. They can dish it, but they can't take it. They can't take a day, the thought of a day in prison, but they steady putting people in places where they themselves can't survive. So who's the monster here? You see what I'm saying? Who is the monster here? So guys, when this work is over, and I do believe that it will take 5 years. I've already calculated it. I believe for this movement to change the face of the nation, specifically in the USA, and hopefully go global, it will take 5 years. I've already calculated it. It's going to take 5 years. It took Gandhi 42 years, right? And it took Nelson Mandela 20 years. Or was it 25 years? I had it all chronicled. It's in my book. I'm just trying to remember the amount of time that it took. It took MLK a decade to change, to bring peace to America, right? I believe it's going to take 5 years. 5 years. That's my, it's not a guarantee, but it's a feeling. It's just a feeling that I have. And it's because of social media. We have a way to get across, the oceans by just a video like this going viral, right? So I believe in 5 years, we can take back the justice system to be fair and to be honest and to be on high moral ground. I believe I'm just putting it out there. I believe 5 years. I'm holding on to 5 years. That's all it should take. That's all it will take. If it takes longer, it takes longer. Okay, what are you gonna do? But that is what I truly, truly believe. Guys, please know that this is coming from my heart. This is coming from a place of love. That if we band together as a strong network, we will have a community that when our name is spoken in the halls of justice, our reputation is going to precede us. So join me on this. Whether you have a case or not, I know you know someone who knows someone who does. But it's not enough for us to know someone and then just go back to our regular day-to-day living. It's not enough because you know that it's happening to someone. You know it's happening. You know that they've taken over and usurped our authority. So we just need to do something. And to do something starts with this movement. So join me in the group. You have two sides of the fence. You have the free study group on Facebook, and you also have the workshop. Now, the workshop is a premium membership, right? The Facebook group is a free membership, but you get so much. A lot of people have, just from the YouTube channel and from the Facebook group, they have evolved. They have grown. They have moved forward in their knowledge base. This is a beautiful thing. This is what I want to hear. But it takes a little bit more time because you got to dig through. But we have curated the best from the best from the best, and it's available for you for free. On the premium side of the fence, you have the Mission Possible workshop. And you also have the best of the best of the best, but it's more super focused, like laser beam focused. And you get results quicker, okay? And actually, the workshop is a spinoff from the free study group. So it just keeps getting better and better and better. And we are as strong as our community, and we have a wonderful, meaningful, loving community. In fact, I wouldn't have it any other way. If you want to come and you want to debate and you want to argue, go somewhere else. I don't need that energy. I don't want it. And it's just not welcome. So if you want to, oh, this is wrong and this is okay, go be right somewhere else and we're good. But if you're coming and you want to contribute to the community on both sides of the fence, you're more than welcome. Share your experience because your personal experience is worth its weight in gold. Okay, so that's all I'm doing. We are just lay people. No one is a professional here. No one is an expert. I certainly am not. I'm not a guru. Don't label me as such. Okay, stop like telling people to come try to hire me. I can't tell you how many times I've been referred to. Oh, hey, Ann, so told me I could. No, I'm not available for hire. Okay, I created courses based on my own personal experience and knowledge in legal research. And I put that out there because I'm building a community. I didn't even want to charge, but people weren't donating. You see what I'm saying? So I'm doing what I have to do for the greater good. So I started charging or asking for specific donations in exchange for my energy. Okay? Because this stuff takes time. Legal research is very research intensive. It's not all fun and games, and sometimes my brain is like scrambled, like, oh my God, this is so crazy because they hide the truth, and it's just, anyway, on and on. So the point is here that we need a community. They have a community, we need a community, okay? And if we work together, I promise you change is going to happen in 5 years. Not one of these fake movements that goes on and it's all about money and it's hijacked by, political candidates. It's not that. I wanted to really reform. Like people have been talking about, not to bash all the other movements, but people have been talking about justice reform and prison reform and this next forever and a day. And the next or the latest movement is BLM, Black Lives Matter. I'm trying to tell you, listen, this movement has a beginning, a middle, and an end, okay? Because it's going to serve its purpose. And then when we finish that and close up shop on that, we will continue working together to build a better tomorrow for our next future generations. That's it. All this on and on 20-year movement, that's ridiculous. That's just my opinion. Again, I'm not the authority on movements, okay? So don't come for me, okay? I do read the comments. I ignore the negative ones. So don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Don't waste my time. Don't waste your time. I have to read that stuff. So I'll put the links. I'll try to put all the names and everything in the video description box. And again, I just ask everyone to please drop a comment. Hashtag, damn it, what is the name of the movie? I'm forgetting that fast. Clear her name. Lord have mercy. So we're going to hashtag, we're going to spam hashtag all over, clear her name. And if anybody, knows, because I have people who know 50 Cent and they're reaching out, but if you never know who would hear this. Hey, 50, if you're watching, Ann Smith here. If you know my story, you would want to create the docuseries. You would want to be the name behind it because it's a powerful story. So that's my spiel, guys. So anyway, I think I've rambled on enough. This is my longest video. It's because it's super important. It's near and dear to my heart. I love you for life. If you know somebody, please tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody to follow me and follow on this journey. And I'm going to put the links again in the video description box, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.